Fantastic, fantastic. Tell us, okay, what tuning are you in, and tell us about the partial capo that you're using there.
So I'm actually right now I'm in standard tuning.
Okay.
And so the whole idea is pretty much when you put on the partial capo.
And it's covering which strings?
It's covering the E, the D, and the G. So it leaves out the top E string. That's what makes it interesting.
All right, so it's covering the 5th, the 4th, and the 3rd string.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it also works the other way if you want to go for the B and the G and the D like that.
Good. Good. And that's a regular G7, regular old G7
That's
capo.
a G7, and this is the 3-string partial capo.
Yeah.
And
nice.
So that's pretty much what it is. I was looking for some way to do an open tuning without having to retune, because I try to stay within 3 different tunings.
Right.
So I can do a full show with minimal amount of guitars, or
That's
without
right.
having to retune all the time.
That's right. Now, so you are over here you're from Denmark.
Right.
So you're over here for the Chet Atkins convention.
Yeah. And I also do a couple of other things here. I have a good friend here, and we had to record some videos together, and I'm playing a show in Nashville on the 15th as well.
That's right. Where's that at?
That's at World Music Nashville.
That's right. Kind of a fingerstyle showcase. If I
That's
remember
right. So it's going to be me, and it's going to be another great guitar player from Ireland called Shane Hennessy, and a guitar player from Germany called Judith Beckendorf, and your very own Emma Dean here from Nashville. I think she's from Nashville.
Yeah.
But it's going to be us, and then a lot of locals are going to join us, so it's going to be a great evening with lots of good music.
Fantastic. And the Chet Atkins conference is just getting ready to start.
Right, we're starting out tomorrow.
And that goes for 3 or 4 days?
4
I think?
days.
And who are the special guests this year that are going to be at that? Do you know?
Everyone. There's going to be so many good players this year.
Yeah.
Of course, Tommy Manuel's going to be there. Doyle Dark's going to be there.
Yeah.
Tom Bresh, the Ben Owens Trio.
Yeah.
Colin Hill, Kirby Easler, myself. There's going to be so many great players this year.
Fantastic.
I can't name them all, but it's going to be great.
Fantastic. So when did you actually fly in?
I flew in on the 30th of June.
Now, you've been over the States before,
Yeah,
right?
this is my 4th time.
Right. How'd you get started playing guitar?
It pretty much started ever since the day I was born, because my dad and my granddad have always been playing guitar, and so ever since I was tall enough to carry the guitar, I would sit down with it like that actually when I was a kid, and I would try to go this way or just that way, the Roy Hoffman method.
Yeah.
But I was never really interested in the guitar. It was just I actually started out playing the piano.
That's right. I read that on your.
And it was basically me being forced to take classical piano lessons because my mom thought it was a very good idea. So that's what I did. And it wasn't until I became 13 or 14 that I actually got interested in the guitar, because my dad showed me a video of Tommy Manuel.
Really?
And that's what just blew my mind. I was going from being this 14-year-old boy just sitting in front of the computer playing video games with all my friends till picking up the guitar the very next day after I saw that video. So I went to the music store, used all my money to get a cheap Yamaha, and I sat down in my room and I put on every video I could find. So I found, and the same day I discovered Chet Atkins and Jerry Reed and all the same, all the players that were in this specific kind of style. And I tried to watch every single video I could and just, try to imitate what they did. Because back then there was no such thing as tutorials and stuff like that on YouTube. YouTube was so new back then.
Yeah.
So very bad quality videos was my
Did you
teacher.
have any sort of formal guitar instruction?
No.
Formal training?
No.
So basically you just kind of learned it from YouTube and what you were able to figure out on your own.
Right. And my dad and my granddad, as I said, they both played guitar. So they would show me how to do a few chords and a few picking patterns. But I wasn't really interested in it because I just want to play Classical Gas by Tommy Manuel. I didn't really understand that takes 50 years of dedication. But so I kind of just fumbled my way through and tried to figure things out myself. And the way I would approach it was to put on a song and then follow along on one string, just playing one melody. And then when I was a master of the E string, I would take on the B string and then start to slowly work my way through.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Now, what guitar are you playing today? Tell us a little about what you're running through.
Okay, this is a brand new one. I got it in March, and this is a Maiden guitar from Maiden Guitars in Australia. This specific one is the Maiden Tommy Manuel personal custom shop. So this is an exact replica of the guitar that Tommy uses, and it's got a Sitka spruce top, and it's got Queensland maple back and sides.
Beautiful.
It's got a mahogany neck on it, and rosewood fingerboard and bridge. And in this specific guitar, it's got an AP5 Pro pickup system, so it's 6 individual piezos and a microphone. And I usually use Maiden guitars when I'm doing concerts and traveling. I usually travel with 2 guitars whenever it's possible.
Right.
But when I do stuff at home, playing in the studio or just practicing, I have a wide variety of other guitars that I enjoy playing. But these are just amazing for live performances because they are so reliable.
Yeah.
And they do very good in different climates as well.
Now, do you only play acoustic? Do you play electric as
well?
well?
No, I play electric as well, just for the heck of it. My dad's got a lot of. He's like all about Fender, so he's got so many Strats and Tellys at home. And so whenever I'm at his place, we would go jam out on electric guitars, and we're usually onto all the finger picking and stuff like that. We love it. Brent Mason and all these guys.
That's right.
They're gods.
Tell us a little bit about what you're running through down on your board down here.
All right. So the first thing I'm running through here is a Polytune. So it's basically just a tuner.
Yeah.
And I can mute the sound on and off with it. And right next to it, we got a Hall of Fame. Both of these are from TC Electronic.
Right.
So, and this is just a reverb that I keep on all the time. It's relatively short. And afterwards, we go into a TC Electronic flashback.
Which is just a little bit of a delay.
A little bit of delay. Yep. I rarely use it. The only thing I would use it for is actually when I'm done with a song. So I strike the E chord to, like, now I'm done. And then that's the only purpose it has.
Yeah.
I just had an empty space on my pedal board and it was cheap. So.
And then I see, what is the AER unit? You're running through an AER amp.
Right.
So what you're hearing there online is a direct line right out of the AER amp. But what is that processor doing right there?
Right. So this is the AER Pocket Tools colorizer, and this is pretty much just an AER amp, but with no speaker in it. So
it's just kind of an EQ and gains and things like that?
It is, yes. It's kind of an EQ, it's a preamp sort of thing, and it's a DI box as well. So it's if you take the AER amp, it's pretty much everything that's white on it. If they put it into this pedal. And the reason why I do it is because the sound that the AER amp provides, I really think it suits this pickup very neat. But it's very hard for me to travel with the amp all the time.
Right.
And I never play with the amp. When I'm doing shows, I go through the house PA. But I still wanted to be able to control my own EQ, and I still like that AER sound. So I found this colorizer, and it just gives me everything I need, and I don't need to carry around a big amplifier.
Right.
Right now, I'm just running through the amps because I can.
Just a little sound here. And then the last thing you have on your board there?
Yes, that is a Strymon Blue Sky, and it's another reverb. And I will only use that on certain songs, and I would turn it on top of the Hall of Fame. It's not necessary, but in certain songs, I would need a very long and beautiful reverb. And what this reverb does, it adds something on top of it, like a little orchestra.
Yeah.
And I have a few songs, 2 or 3 songs, where it suits it so nicely when I put this pedal on. So
that's a gorgeous pedal.
I love that pedal. I discovered it actually last year at CAS. Some guy had it, and I was like, I'm gonna get it.
Yeah, it's not a cheap pedal. It's kind of a pricey pedal. But
it's kind of pricey for not using it for much.
Yeah. Well, wonderful. I was familiar with some of your work through YouTube and things like that, and so I have been enjoying your playing from afar. So I was thrilled to see on your Facebook page that you were in town, and so I thought, well, we can try and swing a lesson. If you guys have, if that are watching, if you guys have any questions, please put them in all caps and feel free to ask your questions. We will try to get to as many of them as we can along the way. So I was so thrilled that this was able to work out.
I'm so happy to be here.
Some of the techniques that you were using, I noticed you're using a thumb pick.
That's right.
Okay, so instead of using a thumbnail, you were just using a thumb pick. Tell us about.
So that's all my dad's fault, pretty much. So I started out playing just with my hand like that, and my dad told me you need to get a thumb pick because you're just fumbling around and you're missing all the notes, and it's just too muddy.
Yeah.
And he said who can argue with Chet Atkins? He was using a thumb pick, and so we went to the music store and we got me a few thumb picks, and I put it on and I absolutely hated everything about it because I need to relearn everything now suddenly. Yeah. But I just found, so I don't play with nails at all. It's all just skin, and I think I pretty much adapted to this style of playing because it's just what I was introduced to in an early age. It could have been different. If my dad have told me to play with nails, I would probably play with nails to this day today. So it's pretty much his fault that I'm playing this kind of style. But I found out it really suits the way that I like to play and the sound that I'm trying to achieve.
Yeah.
So I'm very traditional in the way I play with my right hand.
Do you have any exercises that have been important to you to try and build some of the technique that you have with your right hand? Things that you use in your practice times?
Right. A good thing that I would do is.
Sorry, I got you. I know you're.
No.
Yeah,
it's my own fault for having two guitars. I would. So after I saw Tommy Manuel for the first time, I bought his DVD called Up Close and Personal, which is a very old one. And he goes through some very good exercises about learning that thumb independence, which it's so important to play this style. And he would put the hand flat down like that, and then do a C shape on the left hand, and then go. And for me, that just looks so easy. And it's not.
It is deceptively tricky to do that.
And as soon as you can do that in your sleep, like this, it's time to get the rest of the fingers going, and you can start out by doing simple phrasing like. As soon as you hit the root, that's where you need to take the chord, and then you can start to put a bit of accent in it. That's a very good exercise, but I'm a very bad example of good ways to practice because as I did, I was pretty much just sitting down and trying to learn songs without really knowing the technique or anything behind it. I was just sit down, watch the video, and try to figure out exactly what they're doing without having any sense of technique or any sense of. But of course, I had to rewind a little bit sometimes. Okay, I need to get the technique down, but. I was pretty much learning techniques as I approached new music that required me to have certain techniques.
Well, I noticed you're doing that, but you're also doing some of the slapping harmonics up at the top.
A little bit, yes.
Talk us a little about what you're doing there.
So I don't do it as much as a lot of other players. I know it's very popular these days to do a lot of percussion and do a lot of tapping and harmonics. I put it in whenever I feel it's necessary and it suits the song. So the way I slap the harmonics is pretty much I usually go for the 12th fret, because that's where you go for when there's, and for instance in D-Day, I was going up here.
Because it's 2 frets up with the partial capo.
Right. And just gotta, sometimes you're lucky, sometimes you aren't, and my slaps are not clean at all, but, and then I hit the top of the guitar here to get that at the same time.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much what I do. I mean, in another song that I will play a bit later for you, I will show you some other kinds of way that I play around with the harmonics and the overtones. But as I said, I'm very traditional
Yeah.
in my way of playing, and I'm not doing a lot of tapping and harmonic slaps or anything like that. I try to stay simple
Yeah,
because I believe that simple is effective.
that's right. Well, we already have a couple of questions coming in here. David Zarnowski, what do you think about ambient guitar? Not quite sure what you mean by that, David. Let's see. CJ Ray is saying, what is the Maton series? You said that was the Tommy Emmanuel
Mm-hmm.
series with that as well. Okay. Good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's another one of this model here called the EBG 808TE,
Mhm.
which is the factory version of his personal guitar.
Now, I know in some countries it's just difficult to get good quality instruments in the country.
Yeah.
In Denmark, do you see
It's-
good quality instruments coming through?
Yeah, we have all the brands from here: Gibson, Taylor, Martin. We have some good brands from Czech Republic and pretty much all over the world. So it's not hard, though Matons are not a thing in Denmark.
Mhm.
So you have to.
Did you have to special order this guitar, or it just came through?
This particular one is it's a custom shop, but Andy Allen, who runs the custom shop, builds a few ones of these every year and sends them. I think he builds maybe, I'm not sure, so but just a very, very few, and then he ships them out to the shops that order them. And I was very fortunate that the shop that I'm actually having an endorsement deal with, they got this model in, and I'm like, give it to me.
Yeah. Well, I know you're kind of self-taught, but are there any, if there was a fingerstyle player that wanted to kind of come up and learn some of the techniques that you're using, are there any exercises that you have found helpful? Now, one thing I will notice, you're a tall guy.
Oh yeah.
With big hands. So, like, put your hand up here, just to kind of give some perspective there.
Right.
So, with very long hands, long fingers, which in some situations is very advantageous. In others, it's not necessarily an advantage.
No. Well, I never really thought about the size of my hands. It's just because they've always been this size,
Yeah.
I suppose. But
Are there any exercises
I would
that you
always,
think?
I would always go for challenging pieces that are not easy to learn.
Yeah.
I would always go for music that would, when I listen to it, I would say, okay, I'm not able to play that at all. Because along the way, you will learn new chords that you didn't know about before. You will learn new stretches that you're
Right.
not used to, and you will learn new phrasings, and you will learn new techniques that you were not aware of.
Right.
So I would always try to learn as many songs as I could all the time, and then especially go after the ones that I know will be very challenging to get perfect.
And I know I've seen a lot of videos that you have done, which are covers of contemporary songs,
Right.
going pop songs and things like that, and those seem to be very well received.
Yeah, that's also actually, I pretty much arrange music for practicing purposes for myself.
Yeah.
Because arranging a song can be so hard, because you're pretty much taking out the vocals of a song, and you still have to keep it interesting, just as an instrumental.
Yeah.
And that in itself is just a huge challenge.
Yeah.
And so that's the biggest tip that I can give anyone, is to keep challenging yourself all the time.
Yeah.
And to stay motivated. And the way I stay motivated is that I only play music that I enjoy playing, and I would only try to learn new music that inspires me when I listen to it. That's been my biggest factor of motivation all the time.
Yeah. And how old are you?
I'm 25.
You're 25.
Yeah.
Well, thrilled that you could be here. With us, CJ Ray is asking, either one of us, have we ever played a fretless electric? Have you played a fretless electric?
Never played a fretless guitar in my life. I would love to try it sometime.
It is. I have played a little bit with some of the Godin fretless models. Ian Ethan Case. I don't know if you're familiar with Ian. Wow, you need to look up Ian Ethan Case on
I've
YouTube.
heard the name many times.
Yeah. He is another one that is just so creative in the genre of fingerstyle. And in some of his tunes, he will use a fretless electric, It's a nylon string, but it's electric, and it gets a very cool sound, very Mid-Eastern sort of sound. All right. Larry Six String is saying, Casper, in the video you did of Toto's Africa, is the other guitarist someone with whom you tour?
Kinda.
Okay.
I sleep at her couch at the moment.
That other guitarist, Larry, is Kirby Easler, who is actually here tonight, and they are going to close out the show with their new arrangement of Toto's Africa. So we're very excited about that. All right, but enough of that. Let's get to it. Let's give something away. I wanted to give away a fretboard journal, one of the great resources, publications that we have come to know and be associated with. They have supported us in so many different ways, and I always love good resources, and this is one of the best ones I have found. So someone is about to win this. The winner of this is Alan Gordon. Alan, if you can send me your information at service@mightyoakmusic.com, we will send this out. Send me your mailing address, screen name, things like that, and we will send this out to you. Got a couple of announcements while Casper is getting ready for his next song. Wow, we have not had a live lesson in 3 weeks because we just finished our Guitar Gathering 2018 conference, and it was ridiculously good. It was, by any measure that I can think to measure, it was probably the best conference that we have ever had. Between all of the guests and the workshops, it was just fantastic. It was just amazing. Johnny Hyland and Rick Kua and Phil Kagi and Will McFarlane and Christy Lene and Joe Robinson. It was a stellar lineup. We are already making plans for next year. Hopefully by the end of tomorrow, I will have the page up for next year's conference. If you want to come here and join us, I would encourage you to make plans. Here's the dates. Here's the official dates. June 12th. Let me make sure I'm telling you them right. June 12th through the 15th of next year. Yep. June 12th through the 15th is going to be our conference next year. So please make plans to join us. If you're on our mailing list and you received the email that I sent out this morning about the live lesson with Casper here, you will get, as soon as I get that sales page up in the next day or two, we haven't got the guests all lined up, although I did reach out to Jack Pearson this year. We haven't had Jack in a few years, so I thought Jack would be fun to have. So, and I've got a couple ideas for some other fun people that we haven't had in a while. So check it out. It was just hilarious fun. Anybody who went just said it was the best thing ever. So we also have our fall guitar retreat, which is coming up, our fall fingerstyle guitar retreat. A completely different type of event. That is coming up October 30th through November 2nd here in Nashville. If you are interested in getting away and coming here and relaxing, and it's a very small environment, we literally only have 2 slots left for our fingerstyle retreat, and it's first come, first serve. Whoever grabs those 2 slots are gonna be that's the last 2 we've had. We're almost filled. The camp can only take, I think, 22 people, and we only have 2 more slots left. So the first 2 people that get it goes to. So it's fingerstyleretreat.com. Our guests this year are Phil Kagi and Trevor Gordon Hall, and John Knowles is going to be teaching about song arranging and things like that. Trevor Gordon Hall, one of the great young guitarists. Are you familiar with Trevor?
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. Acoustic Guitar Magazine, I believe, ranked him in their 30 under 30 best players. So we're very excited to have Trevor get into our world. I have not met him. We've spoken over the phone, and I've watched his videos, and wow, it is great. And then to top it off, we've got Phil Kagi. So if you're interested in being in a wonderful lodge situation, 10 steps away from Phil Kagi while he does a private concert for you, as you're sitting on a big sofa, hey, fingerstyleretreat.com. Check it out, and that will get you all the information. Everything's included. All your meals and lodging are included with that. So a lot of fun things that happen with that. Hey, part of our guitar gathering conference that we just finished, we had a couple of shirts. For the first time, we had lots of good shirts. So you can go to our website. Our wonderful moderators can put the links up there. And we do have some new guitar gathering shirts. So this was our conference shirt this year. If you're interested, I probably only have about 10 of these left. So whoever gets them, gets them. So go onto our website and guitargathering.com and then look at the store, and then you'll get to that. That's our one for the conference, and then the one for just guitar gathering. Be the coolest guitarist on your block with our new guitar gathering shirt there. So please take advantage of those while they're there. All right, let's have you play one more song, and then we will answer some questions. And I want to give away your CD.
Oh yeah.
So what are you going to play for us?
I'm going to play another one of mine from the new EP. And this one is called Feels Like Home.
Feels Like Home.
And this is a song that I actually wrote for the Chet Atkins Appreciation Society. Because every time I go there, even though it's thousands of miles away from home, I feel home immediately when I go there.
That's right.
And
what tuning are you in?
Right now I'm in E, A, C sharp, E, A, E.
Okay. And then you're capoed up.
On the fifth fret. And I switched to Kirby's guitar, so I don't need to retune the other one.
Good.
And so she was very nice to let me play this today. So it sounds a little bit different, but I like it.
Good. Well, we look forward to hearing it.
How does it sound out there? All right.
fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Wow. I love all the percussion stuff that you're doing, and that guitar really makes it sound great, just with the pickups and the
This one has a lot more low punch than my own. That's much brighter than this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell us about your new project here.
All right. So this is my latest EP. It came out last month, and this is the fourth release that I've done in my guitar career.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole idea with that EP was to, I always wanted to do a live album, but I just never got around the right place and the right time to do it, because you need the right people behind you to make a good live album, and you gotta play without any mistake whatsoever.
Yeah.
And I just didn't want to take the risk of book a whole team and then go and do a concert and play mistakes all the time.
Yeah.
So the whole idea was to make it sound like I'm playing live. So I wanted people to, when they listen to this EP, they get a feeling that they're watching me at a concert. So the whole thing is mixed and mastered with maximal power and maximal punch. So you can put it on the best speakers you have, and it will go out like you were at a concert. So that's the idea with it. And of course, the songs that are on are my most recent ones.
Now, and I noticed D-Day, the song that you
Right.
did first, is on this as well. We're going to give this away. The winner of this one is Randy120. Randy120, congratulations. If you would be so kind enough to autograph this before we let you go. Randy, send me your information, service@mightyoakmusic.com, mailing address, and we will get this out to you. It's fun, lots of fun. Now, do you do a lot of concerts how many concerts do you think you play a year?
It really depends. Last year was very crazy. I would probably say I did around 70 or 80, which is a lot for me.
No, that's a lot, yeah.
And that was pretty much all over the world. Everywhere from Denmark, Sweden, Germany, that part of Europe to, I was here as well for Cass, and then I did Japan, I did China. So that was a very crazy year for me. This year's been a little bit more low-key. Back in February, I held my 10-year anniversary in my hometown in Denmark. So it was 10 years not since I picked up the guitar, but since I was on a stage for the first time.
Yeah.
And so what I did was that I held a concert at that very stage, at that very venue. So back then I was just playing one song, and I was sitting there. I had a little black Dean acoustic guitar, and I was sitting there on a chair and being scared to death, playing in front of people who did not care about my music. It was just some kind of strange event. I don't really remember what it was for. And then I was like, I'm going to come back in 10 years and I'm going to fill up this place myself.
That's
right. What we did.
That is exactly right. And now you're playing all over everywhere. How do folks find more information about you? You have the website, which is where?
It's esmannmusic.com.
esmannmusic.com.
Right.
ESMANN.
That's right.
Music.com.
And of course, I'm on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram and Spotify and everywhere.
Right. And you've got a YouTube channel that I found a lot of your videos on your own YouTube channel.
I try to stay very active on social media, and because it's not all the time that I have that I'm able to come and play that many concerts. If you ask me, I want to tour all the time, but it pretty much depends on all the promoters from everywhere in the world. They don't, so I try to stay active and try to post a lot of new music all the time.
Well,
I'm
I was very thrilled that this was able to work out for you to be here with us. It was a thrill to me, because I know you're not from here, so it's not often that you're able to be around. Before we close things out, we have another very special guest, Kirby, the great Kirby Easler. Woo-hoo! Would you welcome Kirby Easler? We'll let Kirby get plugged in and ready to go there. Let's give away one more thing here, and while y'all get settled for the last thing, If you are watching us now, you are on our Guitar Gathering YouTube page. If you haven't subscribed to us, go ahead and press subscribe there on the YouTube page, and you will get all the videos that we do. We have our live lessons. We do about 2 or 3 a month. Over the summertime, it's a little bit less, so we do about 2 a month in the summertime. But we put those up. In fact, if you want to, not on our page, but if you just... we have a Facebook page as well, guitargathering.com, and then we have our Guitar Gathering Conference Facebook pages as well. And a lot of the resources from the conference that we just did, like some of the morning workouts I did and things like that, those are available as well. So be looking for those links on our guitargathering.com Facebook page, and we will put those up. We have Twitter as well if you want to check us out there. Hey, let's give away one more thing. This is a brand new Gruhn's t-shirt with their new design on it. And the winner of this is Mary Emberly. Mary Emberly, congratulations on winning a new Gruhn Guitars t-shirt. Hey, Mary, if you can, send us your size. Type in there what your size is, and we'll try and get you the right size. So,
Are you on full?
So
Your penis all
be
the way
looking
down, so
for
you can
that. Our wonderful moderator, Nick, and then our online moderators, Doug and Neil. Thank you guys so much for putting up all the links that we use and all of that sort of stuff. All right, as we're closing things out, I want to thank our producer, Timothy Krenz, my wonderful son, who I see every now and then. He comes down to help us out for this. Y'all give Timothy a hand. Check us out. If you're interested in the Fingerstyle Retreat, that will probably get locked up within the next week. So if you are interested in being a part of the Fingerstyle Retreat with Trevor Gordon Hall, John Knowles, and Phil Kagi, coming up in October 30th through November 2nd at the peak of fall colors here in Nashville, then don't hesitate. Look at fingerstyleretreat.com, and that will get you all the information that you need for that. So I think that's all the information that I need to pass on at this point. Tell us about what you are going to play.
Okay, you can get really close if you want. No.
We're just going to play Africa by Toto. I've been friends with Casper for a really long time, and we connected over Skype years and years ago, and then we've met up at the CAS convention every year that he's been here, but we've never worked together. So we just decided to do this arrangement recently. And so Casper's been at the house for the past week, so we've had a lot of time to work on this and record it. So here we go.
If you like it, it's on YouTube and everywhere.
Yeah.
So you can go rewatch it. You go.
I haven't even cut my gain up. So.
Oh. Just play.
Yeah, that's good.
We good?
Yep.
Let's hope.
Pulling this off live is a little trickier.
You good?